Welcome back to Gold and Blue, everybody, and if you are a college football fan, a die-hard college football fan, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. That's all we do here, videos of college football every single day. And don't forget, now you can send me stuff. Finally got a P.O. box. Send gear to represent your team on my back wall every single video and live show. Here's the address you send it to, P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina, 29657. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. To most people, not to me, but yeah, after the Backyard Brawl, the ACC very impressed with the numbers that it brought in. Didn't surprise me. I told y'all that was going to happen. It's one of the biggest rivalries in the nation. It's just, it hasn't been played in so long that people have kind of forgotten about that. I've even asked neutral, fans that don't have any type of poll either for Pitt or West Virginia, and most people would put it at least in the top 10, and a lot of people would put it in the top 5. I would definitely put it in the top 5. Great rivalry. It was a great game. Of course, West Virginia did lose so many mistakes. You cannot win a football game with that many mistakes, and of course, Pitt is a good enough team to where if you give them enough opportunities, they're gonna make you pay, and that's exactly what happened. We made way too many mistakes, and Pitt did make us pay. And I'm seeing from a bunch of outlets, including The Athletic. Hello, that's a big one. You literally have to pay a subscription per month to watch their or to look at their articles. No, thank you. I'm not going to pay money to look at something that I already know. And here at Gold and Blue, dude, you can watch me and listen to my stuff for absolutely free. Of course, you can join Patreon, but I try to reward you when you support me financially. Same thing with the live shows and the super chats. But as far as my regular videos, doesn't cost you a thing. So yeah, I'm not paying money for a subscription on an article that I've talked about for the past year, more than a year actually. So no, not going to happen. Anyways, doesn't surprise me. I think they said this was the highest rated Thursday night game in like 4 years, something like that. One of the highest rated ACC games of all time. So yeah, whoa, West Virginia, man, they can make us some money. That's right, because people like to play West Virginia if you're one of our rivals. Not only do we bring the eyeballs of our own fan base, which, by the way, the #1 biggest fan base in the new Big 12, not counting Oklahoma and Texas. So then that in of itself that's enough to bring in West Virginia. But on top of that, you're going to bring in eyeballs from the fan bases that are already in the ACC. And the proof is in the pudding. All you have to do is look at the numbers of the Backyard Brawl. And that's exactly what happened. We brought our eyeballs from the West Virginia fan base, and we brought probably more eyeballs from the Pitt fan base than they've seen in over a decade, the last time the Backyard Brawl was played. And the eyeballs across the nation. Everybody was very much into this game, including some big-time YouTubers. You already know, me and Uncle Lou, we have some disagreements from time to time, but we also get along. I know he live streamed it. It was a big game. It was a great, entertaining game. That's another thing. When you get West Virginia in the ACC, you're going to have some entertaining games. You're not going to have these boring, just boring games. There's a lot of boring games in the ACC. I will say this, the ACC did take a tremendous step forward last year when they signed a deal with Comcast. That's going to open up like 60 million extra viewers as far as having access. I know the biggest complaint has been the actual product of the ACC, but if they don't have access to it, then you're basically eliminating their choice. So maybe that helped with the ratings as well. So this is a combination of West Virginia playing a great rival, and Pitt's not the only rival in the ACC that would bring you money. It's just not, oh, we're going to get one big payoff, and that's the Backyard Brawl every year. You have Virginia Tech. Look at the game last year. It was the highest rated noon game for that day. And it was the top 5 for the entire year for a noon game. So we're going to bring in money for all those rivals. So you got Pitt, you got Virginia Tech, you got Syracuse, you got Boston College, you got Louisville, you got Miami, and then some other ACC teams, not our rivals, would most definitely love to play West Virginia on a year-in and year-out basis. The only teams that are absolutely dead set against West Virginia coming in would be those Tobacco Road, No Carolina schools. What is y'all's problem? What is y'all's issue with West Virginia? Why do you not want us in the ACC so much? Do you not want to make money? I mean, that's the only explanation I can think of. No, we're good. We're good with the money. You have one of the worst TV deals that any of the Power 5 conferences have. I would say the Pac-12 is only doing worse than you. So get over yourselves. West Virginia would absolutely be a blessing to the ACC. And, of course, the Backyard Brawl proved it just like I knew it would. And I'm not here to say I told you so. I'm just saying, people are saying, ever since seeing the numbers from the Backyard Brawl, they're like, yes, West Virginia most definitely needs to be in ACC. And just not because of the brand value, although it does have a strong value. West Virginia has a strong brand value. But because of the revenue value that West Virginia brings in, because of, when they play teams people want to watch, that would give the ACC some room right there to renegotiate their TV deal. They can point to the numbers. Look at the Backyard Brawl. Look at last year, the Black Diamond Trophy rivalry, and that's going to happen again this year. Don't you want that every year? You want that money every single year, and then all the other rivalry games as well. Don't you want that? Pay us more. We'll bring in West Virginia. Problem solved. The ACC lives on, and perhaps it would keep the bigger brands like Clemson, Florida State. Not sure about the North Carolina schools, because I know they don't want West Virginia, so it might actually make them leave, but that's fine. You could probably go out and get some Big 12 teams. They might be interested, or maybe a Memphis, something like that. You would be fine, is my point, because I think West Virginia would actually not only offset the losses of some of those North Carolina schools, but maybe increase on top of that, just because of how much value they bring to these rivalries. And basketball, too. Don't forget about basketball. West Virginia is a really good basketball brand as well. So, yeah, West Virginia, just like I've been telling you, brings a lot of value to the ACC, and the ACC is finally recognizing, well, I take that back, not the ACC, because the ACC and West Virginia have been talking for a while. Sources outside the ACC that watch the game are finally recognizing, man, this needs to happen ASAP. This could be the saving grace of the ACC. I mean, the ultimate saving grace would be bringing Notre Dame in as a full-time football member. Like, that would solve it. You wouldn't have to do anything else. But if you can't bring in Notre Dame, like a lot of people are suggesting, West Virginia would be the next team that could save the ACC. And that's not me touting the horn of West Virginia or anything like that, because, of course, there's a bunch of better brands in the ACC that's already better than West Virginia. But it's just the rivalry aspect and the national interest West Virginia brings to the ACC when you put those rivalries back intact. And I guarantee you that if that does happen, I think Cincinnati and UCF would rethink their position in the Big 12 as well. You bring in West Virginia to the ACC, you're able to renegotiate that TV deal. It's much better. And UCF and Cincinnati is like, you know what, that's a lot closer for us as well. If we can make money that's competitive or a little bit better, we're off to the ACC, and that raises the value of the ACC right there. So West Virginia could open the door for Cincinnati and UCF to the ACC, and they haven't snapped one single play for the Big 12 yet, and they could already be thinking about going to the ACC. That would be, honestly, that would be quite hilarious, but it would make a lot of sense. And I'm not trash talking the Big 12 either. I actually hope that the Big 12 continues to survive. I think what they need to do next, which what I'm hearing is going to happen, is get the four corner schools from the Pac-12. You got Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Arizona State. By the way, Arizona whooping San Diego State. Wow. If you saw that coming, give me the next winning lottery numbers, because nobody saw that coming. Pure guesses, yes, but to actually predict it and give reasons why Arizona would win, didn't see not one single person do that. So congratulations to Arizona. Maybe you helped your brand as well. But for the Big 12, it is in their best interest to get those four corner schools. And so losing West Virginia and then maybe even a Cincinnati and UCF doesn't matter all that much, because not only are you replenishing that, but you're replenishing that with Power 5 members, and you're still gaining an extra member. You're losing 3, gaining 4. So this is not about trash talking the Big 12. In fact, this might be the best case scenario for the Big 12 as well. West Virginia has never fit into the Big 12. Cincinnati and UCF, they're going to be awkward fits in the Big 12. So maybe it's best for those 3 teams to move on to the ACC. The best interest for the Big 12 for that to happen. And then they expand west and get Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and Arizona State. I think that's in their best interest. I really, really do. I think the Big 12 would be a very strong conference if that happened. We saw Colorado and TCU play, which, by the way, TCU going to be much better than what I realized. That or Colorado is going to be really, really bad, one or the other. But man, I had that as a gimme game for West Virginia. Now I'm definitely second guessing that. You got me nervous, TCU. You got me nervous. But yeah, that'd be a great scenario for the Big 12, a great scenario for the ACC, and then of course the Pac-12. Bye. I mean, you're done no matter what, and they're expecting those 4 corner schools to join the Big 12 in the latter part of the next 30 to 45 days. That's the strong consensus that I'm getting the feel from anyone that's covering that story. So there you go. People recognizing West Virginia to the ACC would definitely help save the ACC from an uncertain doom. Anyways, y'all let me know in the comments section what you think about this. Do you agree it is about time for West Virginia to join the ACC? That's all I got for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.